So the fans have all kind of placed their bets as to who's going to win this thing, right? And I would
Who's
say
the leader?
Taylor was getting 2/3 of the first place votes. Kyle
Sure.
was getting the other third. And
And
most
you and
people,
Chiz were about even?
most people thought I would get third and Chiz would get fourth.
Okay.
With a few,
But the reason behind it is because people didn't understand what the competition was. And this is why, like, as far as the punishments go, I'm not doing anything painful. I'm not doing anything embarrassing. I'm not doing anything disgusting. And reason being is that, like, breaking the fourth wall here, this isn't a fair competition in the least.
Because
like,
I'm older?
People think that it's a working out based thing where it's how hard you work out. That's not true. As Kyle said, this is a grinding competition. It's all about time, how much time you can get your heart rate high. If you go and look at our workouts right now, I have the highest MEP per minute by a good margin. Like I'm working out harder. But this morning I woke up, used the couple hours I had allotted, got 400 points. I was earning points faster than any of the workouts on there, and then I had to go do obligatory stuff.
You should just control for time.
At the
You should
end,
just set a number of hours in a day.
I'll quit my job. I'll stop looking for houses.
No, not even a joke, Taylor, on this. But if you should, to make the competition fair, it shouldn't be how much you do in a day or how much you can do across the week. It should be how you should set a number of hours you guys get to work out for per day on that and do that so it's held even. Because then the competition is how hard can you work out there and can compare to each other, as opposed to just, I mean, it becomes a different competition, I suppose.
It would be a different It would be a different competition for sure. Well, it's so let's look at this. There's 480 waking hours in a month, assuming you sleep 8 hours a night.
Waking hours.
Waking hours.
Already you've limited yourself
Let's
quite a
be
bit.
severely conservative with the things I have to do that I'm obliged to do that I can't blow off to work out. Let's say over the course of 4.5 weeks, like very conservative, 180 hours that I don't have that you guys have. That takes me down to 300 on the month where you guys have 480. Like I literally am working with 2/3 of the time, if that. And so it's like annoying when it's like you guys have noticed, and the listeners have too, that I've been tamping down the punishments because like why would I sign up for something and be like, oh yeah, let's let Chiz and Kyle go hog wild making ideas and crazy shit, because they know they're not going to have to end up doing it. They know. Like Kyle knows there's a 0% chance he's going to have to do this. Chiz knows there's a 0% chance. And Woody, I think at this point, like with what you've shown that you can do today, there's a 0% chance. Like really, this is what my goal in this, and I've made it, like I've talked about it before. I want to get third. I want to fucking humiliate one of you, because it would be humiliating to lose to someone who has 180 less hours to devote to
so
this.
make this fair.
The month. Or we can make it fair. You guys give me 14 days after the competition, 12 days.
No.
You don't get to do it.
Scores.
Like my whole point. Like
simple math.
But we're not going to correct the math stuff because this is what the competition is. I'm just making it clear, like that's why I've been tamping down the punishment stuff, because I was more motivated by the winning, and frankly, my biggest motivation the whole time has been to beat one of you. I don't care which one, but I really want to beat one of you, because that's what I think is probably like, and even that's not really attainable. So like. No, I don't.
No, you're gonna beat Chiz.
I don't like how. No, I'm not gonna end up beating Chiz. No, but I'm the favorite because they thought of it as like a how hard can you work out thing. So perfect example. I was getting 3.44 MEPs per minute when I worked out this morning for 2 hours on the bike. Woody, I got 413 MEPs, 2 hours. Woody, before the show, you did a workout where your average heart rate was 55%. But you have the time to do whatever you want there. And so you earned 140 MEPs over the course of 100 minutes, a rate that I will never be able to get. So like I'm basically competing with all of your guys' cheese points.
Have you thought about being less healthy?
Does anybody deny that this is grossly unfair to me?
I've taken a couple, I don't know, pieces of negative feedback about how light my workouts were. They were really long and they were really light. And it's strategic for me.
It's a good strategy.
I'm actually really worried about how my recovery time is not as good as the younger guys. So I'm trying not to spend a lot of time in that like lactic acid. I know I don't think lactic acid's even real, but you know, if I were to do Taylor's, I read it was, I don't know. I thought it was muscle breakdown, but whatever the fuck. If I were to mirror Taylor's workout, I think my soreness would get so cumulative that I'd ruin myself. So
to be fair, just like I'm not getting cheese points. If you look at like this Imager link here, these are like last night's workouts. I'm staying in the red or the yellow for like 2 hours at a time. Now there's a cooldown period where I just leave the thing on afterwards until I get down to like, no, or I'm not earning any more MEPs, but that's just me like sitting at my computer. Like,
So,
I'm going.
This is day 1. Like if you don't think that by day 5, you'll still be wearing. So like just a point of comparison, Kyle wore his device for 10 hours plus today. I wore mine for 2.
Well, you could have worn it all day.
How many ice baths did you have?
I didn't have time because I had
it doesn't
obligations,
take time to wear
and then I came back here and then started doing this. Like, and I can't ride my bike after that, so I've got to go to bed. Like,
so,
so like,
adjust for that. So let's say you have a third of the time, Taylor.
But there's not really a way to adjust for it without ruining the competition.
If you might maybe see this
Here's
by
the
like
thing. I'll take that deal too. Will you just do whatever I did and then multiply it by a third so I get free points?
Well, and it's not free points. You do it by whatever his hourly commitment is for his work. If it turns out it's 40 hours a week, that's in the course of a month, that's 160 hours he doesn't have compared to anybody else, right?
160 hours of rest.
So just take the percentage of time that you guys have more than him and adjust it by that.
I get
and that becomes
it's not
fair.
true rest, but if I have to like fucking pedal my bike while what I'm guessing is a cube job, I don't know, then that's not equivalent, right? You can't give his recovery time points because he can't spend it exercising.
No, but it's not recovery time because I have to sleep 8 hours as well.
No, if I understand Filthy's proposal right, it's that you bust your ass for like 2 hours before work, and then you get 3 hours of that, to account for the fact that you're busy.
No. I think, yeah, he was meaning to add a third. I don't like that idea because then it's like, it's not fair because then I can bust my ass in a way that I wouldn't be able to for 3 straight hours, for 2 hours, and I get that extra credit, and that's not fair either. Like, my whole point, I want to keep running it exactly the way it is, but I also want at least a little, like, this is the whole point for me. This, like, I went into this competition knowing I was going to lose. Not, 50%, like realistically probably 90%, just because this is a game of time. Like, Chiz is beating me badly right now because he just has so much more time.
You've seen his workouts.
Well, Chiz only had one workout,
not working.
right?
Well, yeah, but
he was
wearing it for like 7 hours or 6 hours or something crazy.
Was it that?
So
long?
like,
I thought only mine was.
Or no, that was yours and Kyle's. I think Chiz had it on for like 4 or 5 hours. But he had all day to do it if he wanted to.
It's funny, Taylor. I also went into this thinking that, like, I don't want to say I can't win or that I'm a super long shot, but I don't want to get embarrassed. Like, I woke up this morning, you had 400, 600, and I think it was 900 for Kyle with the first scores I saw. And I was like, this is a very public failing. I am at 0. I'm behind by 900. Get going, asshole.
You don't want that. Like, I'm not going to get like blown out of the water, or I probably will, but given the time discrepancy, I would hope that proportionally I'm doing well. Like, I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to do as best as I can, but I'm also not going to be like, yeah, loser has to get tased. It would literally be like, I did the math. It would be like, all right, guys, we're having a 10th prestige race. And first one to get there, the last one to get there has to get punished. Now, Chiz, Kyle, and Woody will play at 1.6 experience multiplier, and Taylor will play at 1. What are your guys' bets? Do you think? Who do you think is going to do the best? Like, of course, you guys are going to beat me. Like, even if I'm the better COD player, you're gonna fall into it. Like, at the end of the day, like the people are like, oh, the chip sucks. It was like, I brought the chip up as almost like an olive branch because I know that I'm the one that's going to have to do it. I was like, yeah, this is going to suck.
The chip is a very spicy Dorito, painful to eat.
Yeah, it's like the hottest chip, or whatever the fuck. Like and they're like, oh, that's lame, that's not enough. And it's like, yeah, I get that it's not like losing a finger digit or getting tased or having to wear a dog collar and get
or
shocked,
getting your nipples pierced.
Yeah, or getting your nipples pierced or something.
Very popular.
Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I agreed to like a what I consider to be a very uncomfortable and painful thing, eating that chip as like yeah, I'll do something. I know I'm gonna lose, but then when like it's these punishments aren't good enough. Someone needs to pierce a nipple. It's like, no, I'm not doing that kind of shit. I'm not joining a competition that is tremendously biased against me. Like, for the punishment, like I wanted the reward to be the biggest part. I wanted the bragging rights to be bigger than worried about getting fucking tased. Because like even like the weekends, like I can't even be like, oh, I'm gonna spend 10 hours this Saturday doing this. No, I gotta find a fucking house. I'm spending 7 hours a day on the weekend looking at houses. Like I got shit I got to do. Like,
Have you considered jogging
I
as
don't
you do
have
that?
the ability. Yeah, I'm gonna do jumping jacks in somebody's open house. That's what I'm gonna do.
Only look at
Like,
homes with gyms.
Yeah, and so like I'm excited to do it.
Go up and down the stairs a
I'm gonna
number of
bust my
times, checking
fucking
things
ass.
out.
I'm gonna bust my ass as hard as I can, but no, I'm not doing some ridiculous fucking punishment.
You have to be careful about letting viewers choose punishments too, because like sometimes they just don't see you as like a real three-dimensional person. They'll be like, yeah, loser amputates an arm. That's good content. Well,
Loser gets a nipple pierced. It's like, no, I'm not doing. Loser gets tattooed. No, I'm not doing that. And of course, like Kyle and Chiz are like, hey, we're down for any punishments whatsoever because we've got nothing but time to spend on this competition. Whereas I'm like, well, of course, now I look like the fucking wet rag because I don't want to agree to essentially ensuring that I lose. Like, here's like, all right, we're going to have a competition. We each have a month to see who can learn to ice skate backwards the fastest. And the punishment is you have to stand under boiling water for 3 seconds.
Here's what I'd like to throw out there, Taylor, and get your feedback on it. I feel like the first night of this competition is a very weak indicator of what to expect from this competition, right? It's a weekday for you. I slept the first night. Kyle worked it, and I don't know when Chiz did his exercise, but both of them came so strong out of the gate. Sunday night, or maybe even next show, will at least tell us what the start of the competition is like. I feel like one night isn't even the start of the competition. It's a fractional day.
Like, this isn't even like coming from today. This is like
okay.
I've been saying the whole time. Like,
Do you have one 24-hour period, Taylor? In this month, do you have one 24-hour period you could devote entirely to this?
No, not even. There may be days where I can't do anything at all because there's stuff I can't blow off. Like there's probably going to be at least a weekday or two or a day on the weekend or something where I get 0 MEPs because I just don't have time. Like I'll just have to like run in place with it on and get like 100 or something. And like you said, I had a bad day today. By the amount of time that I had to put into it, I did the best of any of us as MEPs per minute.
That's just not true. You keep saying that, but I really don't think like I had long periods where I went at 77% of my max or whatever, and those numbers get skewed because like as you're powering it on, there's like 10 minutes of like no MEPs, right? Like
that's actually helping my point because it's showing that you have enough time that you can go in and out of a workout as you feel and take your time. I'll leave it on for 7 hours if I want. Look at the actual thing. I got 413 MEPs in 2 hours and 3 minutes. That's 3.4 something MEPs. Your highest was right around 3, I think. And then you had another one that was around 2.1.
I mean, if you look at your heart rate, though, you're going to green a lot. Like you don't have any of the consistent yellow like I do that has red spikes in it.
But isn't that also part of your overall fitness? Won't you be like, for example, if you have someone who's very, very out of shape going to do workout, like the same workout with the same level of intensity is going to spike them super hard into red for heart rate?
Yeah, but they have to maintain that. Like you have to maintain that for hours. I was in the yellow for like 2 hours last night.
Like I was this morning. Like I love the actual competition of this. I just don't like the evolution of the punishments of it to where it's like now, like I'm going to prioritize this and do my best at it, obviously, because I want to get third. I want to humiliate one of you, frankly. That is, you have no idea how motivating it is for me that one of you might lose to someone who had fucking 2/3 of the time, if that, to devote to this. That would be a big reward for me, like a pride thing. But like the evolution of punishments, like, no, it's really not fair. Like I'm not doing something humiliating or gross or painful.
What type of would
for
you
a
like
competition that I'm not gonna like? My punishment that I suggested, like, of having to eat something really unpleasant, or third place having to make some content. Like I even made it so that if I got third, which was my best fucking option, I was still getting punished. But apparently making content isn't a punishment, which is fair. But it's something that's kind of, I thought, an incentive.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe everybody.
Did the viewers kind of revolt against that?
No, it was the highest voted one as of last week.
But
where they were like, it got like over 400, and they were like, make content. And like,
did you have a different opinion, Kyle?
Yeah, like a lot of people seem to think that making content shouldn't be a punishment. You should just do it.
Oh, I thought it was something they would like to like we lose and they win kind of thing. Like, yeah, but okay.
And it was something they want to see. It got over 400 upvotes there. Like, it's just a little. And I'm sure, like, can you guys put yourself in my shoes? For this?
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not arguing.
I feel like my heart
I understand the position you're in, and I feel like everyone but Kyle is in that position to some extent too.
Oh.
Like for me, I'm 45, and I know how I feel right now. I'm wearing down a bit, and I felt less sore on one of my test runs, and the next day I was sore. So I'm like, I'm gonna come in tomorrow. This could be just a cumulative downgrade thing, right? That's what's in my head, and I'm nervous, and I really care, and I don't want to be embarrassed. This is really public, so that's the spot I'm in. And I think Chiz, I mean, I was goofing about not goofing. I would have taken it if you guys gave it to me, but about the points I earned before the contest started. Chiz is like, he was saying that with his weight, he was at a severe disadvantage too. So it's my age, Chiz's weight, your time.
What's
And
Kyle's handicap?
Kyle's winning. So
I see.
yeah, so I feel like a lot of us are like, man, I don't know how the heck I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I'm not looking to force any punishments on anyone. If anything, I should be like bucking for more like things for first place, right? Like that would be the smart thing for me to be doing. But look, I think this thing is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to I'm probably going to drop 15 or 20 pounds in this thing. The thing says I burnt like 7,000 or 8,000 calories today. I rode 8 or 9 miles. I ran 2 miles, and I did random calisthenics throughout the day. It was I'm looking forward to just having better cardio. I'm gonna have sex in the morning, and I look forward to seeing what that does. Right? Like I have no idea. So I don't
That bitch
care about.
will have to wait. I got MEPs to earn.
So what I mean when I say like make the punishment whatever you want is I'm not concerned with the punishments. Like I want people to enjoy watching this thing and us provide content for them, but I'm not looking to put you in any kind of a shitty position. I recognize that you just have less time. I still think I would outwork you if we had the same time, but that's irrelevant. The time
That would
is
be a
the way
fun
that,
one. A head-to-head where we both have a free week.
Or
Yeah,
just a free 24-hour period, one time in the entire month. Clear that time and do this day is the day for.
in the future, if you get that 24 hours, let me know. That'd be a fun little like one-day competition.
That would be fun. I'd
I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it. That'd be very fun.
I'm pretty confident. Like
For what it's worth, I am not. It's not fair to do that during this competition because that in my strategy is I can't do that kind of intensity and then work out the following day, right?
For sure.
If I play this 25-year-old's game of busting your ass for one day in the middle of this, like that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in the future. Long
and
after
at
this
some point in the future, after these have long broken. And,
Oh, you mean middle of this competition?
just have to honor system.